Hello everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Sewing and Creativity. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. If you are a previous subscriber or you are joining from a previous video on my channel, welcome back. So in today's video we will be going over a few more things in preparation of doing your actual embroidery. So in the previous video, in the actual two previous videos, I showed you how to attach the presser foot to the machine. Then I also showed you how to prep your fabric and your stabilizer so you can put it in the frame. We have not gotten to putting it into the frame yet. So I think that's going to be in the next video. But we're still kind of building up to that yet. There's a kind of a lot to go over in your manual of it'd be chapter 4 for the Brother SE625 machine. It's going to be chapter 4 to prepare for the embroidery. It's got a little checklist for you. So the first one was the presser foot attachment. Number 2 is that you want to check what needle you have. And in the machine, at least mine did, it came with a 7511 needle already preloaded into the machine. And it came with the little pack of needles, and it has 2 other 7511s in the pack. So you definitely want to have a 7511 needle in the machine for embroidery. Okay? So then what you're going to do after you make sure that you have the correct needle in the machine, the number 3 step is that you're going to attach the embroidery unit itself. And it's actually pretty heavy. So you want to make sure that you get it into the machine correctly. And I'm just going to slide it in here, and you're going to hear it. And you're going to hear a pop or a click, not really a pop. So it clicked in. I'm not going to show you that. I'm sure you know how to slide it in there. And I got the manual here off to my side so we can double check everything and put it all in there as we go along. Okay, so step 2 was your needle. Step 3 was actually attaching the embroidery unit into the machine. Step 4 is you are going to set up or prepare your bobbins. Now, excuse me, to prepare your bobbins is very important. You're going to want to prepare several bobbins. You don't just want one. One is fine if you're doing something really small, but I have a little case of bobbins that I always keep prepared for whatever I'm doing. I'm working on another project that I have a lot of black and white thread. So I have had several prepared already, so that worked out good for me. I buy my bobbins in large quantities. I talked in a previous video, I'm not sure exactly which video it was I talked about these, but I buy these off of Amazon, and these are class 15.6 or SA 15.6 for Brother machines, and this is a 100 pack, and I just get them on Amazon. You don't have to get them from this particular seller, but if you just do class 15 bobbins, several different kinds will come up, and this is the ones that I buy. Now, the way you thread your bobbin is going to be really important too. It's going to matter what particular type of embroidery you're going to be doing. So if you're going to be doing something that's going to be on a solid type of fabric, a white background, just a regular white bobbin thread will be fine. If you are doing something, say, let me grab here off to the side. If you're going to be doing something with tulle, like this, let me kind of open this up. If you're going to be using tulle, which is like this, which is just a netting, you're going to want to use bobbin thread that exactly matches your top thread, because you're going to be able to see it on both sides. Okay, so it's going to be a reversible item. So make sure that you pay attention to the way your bobbin is threaded. So in my case, I'm just going to be doing items that aren't going to be reversible, so I can use a white thread for the background. My bobbin thread does not have to match my top threads. So there are many different types of embroidery threads that you can use. If you want, you can match your top thread to your bobbin thread, your top thread to your bobbin thread. It's totally up to you. It doesn't matter. Most of my projects will be quilting, and on the tulle, I will be making like Christmas ornaments or some lace-like ornaments. So then I would be matching my back to the front. But when I do my quilting, you can use 100% polyester thread. And if you're going to be doing a lot of it, you can buy it in cones. Now this one is an old one that I've had that's been kind of beat up, so it's kind of rough. But for what we're doing today, it's okay. It's not going to hurt nothing. I can use this as practice. I have some newer ones that look a lot better, that when I actually do some projects, I will be using some better threads. So I'm gonna, let me kind of clip this off a little bit. So that is what I have on my bobbins. And if you are in doubt of what type of thread to use, I found this great printout online, and it's by So Inspired by Bonnie. And it's what bobbin thread do you use? And it says pre-wound, lint-free, cotton, poly, with so many possibilities, how do you choose the bobbin thread to use? If there aren't enough variables in machine embroidery, you now have options when it comes to choosing your bobbin thread. So there's pre-wound bobbins versus machine wound bobbins. Okay, so machine wound would be ones that you do yourself. Pre-wound bobbins are the ones that you buy already wound up. So pre-wound bobbins are a wonderful option for a couple of reasons. One is obvious convenience of not having to stop mid-project to wind a new bobbin. The other is that depending on the manufacturer, you can get from 30% to 50% more thread on a pre-wound bobbin than on a bobbin that you wind yourself. So you'll stop less often. Okay, so the weights. Most bobbin weight thread is 60 weight, although you can also find thinner weight that is 90 weight. So the larger the number, the finer the thread for the top and bobbin. So most embroidery thread is, from what in my research that I found, are 60 weight, unless you're doing some really fine detail embroidery. then it'll be thinner weight threads. So I've bought all 60 weight threads. And then I had my cone thread that I used for my quilting, and they just happen to be all 100% polyester thread. And it's just, I know a lot of quilters will use 100% cotton thread when they quilt, and nothing is wrong with polyester thread. I know many of them will say that it's crap. You know, use what you prefer. You know, it's up to you. But it's just what I have. So, and it's perfect. It just happens to be perfect what I need for my bobbins for embroidery. And it says 60 weight works fine with most all embroidery, with the exception of freestanding lace. And the freestanding lace would be the type of embroidery you do on the tool, where it's really lacy. So freestanding lace, you're going to want to use the matching thread that you use on the top. Okay, so hopefully we've covered that. So let's see, what else do we on our checklist? So we've talked about bobbin thread. Okay, we've talked about our presser foot attachment. We've talked about checking your needle. We've talked about installing your embroidery unit itself, so bobbin thread. We've done our fabric preparation, and I think our next step is that we're going to be doing the embroidery frame attachment, and that will be in the next video, where I show you how to actually put the fabric in the frame, and then we will attach the frame to the machine itself. So stay tuned for that video. That'll be coming up soon. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. That lets me know that you really like the videos. It encourages me to keep going. And please give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.